Good evening, everyone. It is both sitting and standing. It's a great evening here in Lacey Township. Very grateful to have the crowd that we have here. I'd like to announce the start of the meeting. I will say a brief statement, and then we will salute the flag. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Lacey Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. Please stand and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 1, Resolution 2017-86. Promoting police sergeants.
A resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, promoting Robert Flynn, Robert Surtees, and Michael Eden to the position of police sergeant for the Lacey Township Police Department. Motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Giuliano.
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes.
At this time, I'd like to call up Chief DeBella.
I want to start by thanking everybody for coming here on this very special night. It's not just special for the 3 officers that are going to be promoted tonight. It really is special for the entire department and our community here in Lacey Township. And I couldn't do what I do without the support of our mayor and our township committee. So, as always, I appreciate what you do for us. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to ask Acting Sergeant Robert Flynn to step forward, please. Sergeant Flynn, or Acting Sergeant Flynn, is a 16-year veteran of the Lacey Township Police Department. He's actually spent the last 2 years as an acting sergeant already doing the job. He's resided in Lacey Township for 19 years. He's married to his wife Jenna for 8 years and has 3 beautiful children. Robert earned a bachelor's degree from Penn State and a master's degree from Seton Hall. He was also in the military, serving in the U.S. Army Reserves for 8 years, with honorable discharge in 2000. Before I go further, I have to tell you that a couple days ago, I asked all 3 of these officers just to give me a couple paragraphs, a little bio about yourself. I mean, I've worked with most of these officers for several years, and I'm pretty sure I know everything about them, but just in case I miss something. Well, I can tell you, when I got Sergeant Flynn's, it was about 10 pages long. It was very unique, and I knew that I'd be here all night talking about Sergeant Flynn. But I would say that he's been very valuable to our police department. I think any officer in our room here will tell you that. He's been involved heavily with our cop car program, our child car seat program that we have, firearms, and heavily involved in traffic safety in our township. He's a member of the Lacey Police Fatal Accident Support Team, as well as our County Prosecutor's Office Fatal Accident Support Team. And I'm proud to say that Acting Sergeant Flynn, soon to be Sergeant Flynn, is the only officer that I know of in Ocean County that's an accredited traffic accident reconstructionist. I'm one of few in the state of New Jersey, so you have my respect for that. Rob, I've known you a long time. I know you wait for today to come, 2 years. I appreciate everything you've done for the police department. Like I just told everybody, your service to us is valuable, your dedication, your integrity. I look forward to having you on our team here at the police department and working with you in the future. Thank you.
Sergeant, I'd like to swear you into office, and would you like your family to join me, please? I, Robert Flynn, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of police sergeant according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
authority of the people, so help me God.
and the authority of the people, so help me God.
Congratulations.
You should be used to doing that. 2 years.
Chief, would you like to call up yourself and Sergeant Surtees, please?
Next, I'll introduce to you Detective Robert Surtees, soon to be Sergeant Robert Surtees. 17-year veteran of the Lacey Township Police Department, lifelong resident here in Lacey Township. He spent his first 8 years in the Lacey Police Department in the Patrol Division, and right at 8 years became a detective. Most recently, Detective Surtees was assigned to the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office, Drug Enforcement, where he worked hard to help reduce not only our county but our state's heroin epidemic. And Detective Surtees went above and beyond working in that unit. I'm sure if you ask anybody from the prosecutor's office about his service, Dave would agree. I'm sure that they're upset to see him move on to bigger and better things. Detective Surtees, married to his wife Christine. They have 3 2 children. And I knew. I was going to mess up on somebody, but maybe that's a little hint for you now that you're making more money.
He's just
You don't need that in
taking
the
a
car.
deeper.
You know what I mean? But more importantly, he's always given 100%, no matter what he's doing, whether it was a patrol, whether it was an detective bureau. If I ever asked him to get anything done, it was always done. I never had a problem with it. And I really appreciate that. Those who don't know, Rob was also a United States, in the United States Marine Corps, 11 or 12 years. Now I knew no matter how much I studied today, Pat, bring that up for me. I knew no matter how many times I looked at it today that I would not get it right, and I wanted to make sure. Well, I already got the children right. So I didn't bring it up. But 11-year veteran of the United States Marine Corps, participated in Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. So I don't know if you have that. I look forward to working in the future. I look forward to having you on the team, and congratulations, Sergeant Surtees.
Sergeant, I'd just swear you into your position. Would your family like to join us, please? Who's gonna hold this? His right hand on that, or left hand on that, sorry. And raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Robert Surtees,
I, Robert Surtees,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of police sergeant
perform all the duties of police sergeant
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
and
to the government established in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people, so help me God.
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
Congratulations.
One more. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. And one more. Thank you.
Chief, join us again and we'll introduce.
I'll call up Detective Mike Eden. Actually, myself and Captain Ganley were fighting over who was going to talk about him because we had so much to say. So, Captain Ganley is my right-hand man, so every now and then I got to give in to him. So, Captain, come on up, it's all yours.
It's my pleasure actually to stand in for the chief in reference to this one here. Many years together, came up together, we graduated high school together. We've been through a lot, so I'm proud of you, really proud of you. 26 years he's married to his beautiful wife Lisa, Elizabeth, Kelsey, Mary Kate. Three. You can say I don't have children. But great family, wonderful person, wonderful family. He truly does put his heart and soul into the community. Member of the chief of the Danvers Fire Department. He's also a member of Fort River Fire Department, State Forest Fire. He's busy. He's a busy man. He's been in my office with me for the past 6 months, and I must say he's really done a fine job as a training officer. He's ensuring that our officers are getting the proper training, and we all know that that's key to our success. We have a great, wonderful township filled with amazing people. I really am proud to serve and live in this community. I've been here 22 years in this department, and it's been an honor. And I truly have to say that this is the finest committee that I've worked on. They're great people. Amazing man here to work for, and I consider him not only a great boss, but a wonderful friend. So, with that, this was definitely near and dear to my heart. This guy here, 20-something years ago, we all took the test together, and we were making fun of each other. You're gonna work for me, and I said I'd work for you any day. And I finally actually, even though I'm the captain, I get the opportunity to work for him. Because sergeants are the key to the success of our organization, as we know. They deal with the men every day and the women, and they're dealing with the community. So I'm honored to have you as a sergeant, and all of you. This guy here couldn't speak more highly of him than Detective Surtees, now sergeant. He took over for me when I was out with an injury, and he excelled. Amazing. I mean, it's a great department. Fine men and women. And it's an honor. Thank you.
I want to add one thing that Captain Dan was, back in 2013, Officer Eden earned the Valor and Life Saving Award for saving a pregnant woman from a home. And no, he had my respect before that, but I'm very happy to see that he was honored for that. And thank you.
Sergeant Eden, you're ready to be sworn in. Have your family join us. Okay, that's perfect, thank you. Close your eyes and everything. Okay, let's come out.
Great. It's great.
It's all right.
Can we get mom?
All right, ready? Just repeat after me. I, Michael Eden, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of police sergeant
Perform all the duties of police sergeant
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
and to the government established in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
under the authority of the people. So help me God.
Congratulations.
Very good. That's true. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know this. We're blessed with a good department. There's just no doubt. Which one of these, Veronica?
I think you're right. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Makes me hey, Vane. Veronica, makes me feel better about Amber. That balances. Oh yeah.
No, just that one, just 17
Okay,
over
save
Vote
17.
yes, but abstain on.
That's what I thought.
Tim has no abstentions.
Suddenly I feel small. Ready? Over here. Thank you.
Good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to open up
Peter, wait a
the...
minute. Chief wants to say something.
Chief, please.
Again, I want to thank everybody again for coming tonight. Again, this is another important step moving forward in our police department. I know I said it before, I really could not do this without the support of the committee, Township Administrator Monica Ray, very supportive of the police department. Like the captain said, this is a great committee to work for, and I look forward to continuing that. As far as the promotions go, a lot of people here probably do know, but there's some that don't. I said this before when I was promoted to chief in the summer. A real lot goes into getting promoted, whether it be the sergeant or lieutenant or captain. Basically, it's anywhere from 3 to 6 months of your life, basically just working whatever shift you're working, and then going home and studying from the minute you walk through that door until the minute you go to bed and on your days off all day. I mean, it's just takes a large amount of dedication. Now, for some officers, it may be a little bit easier, but I know for most of us, that's what it took. Six months of working. Retired Sergeant Downey up here might relate to that. But again, they did work very hard to get where they're at, and I do appreciate that. And I look forward to working with each one of you. So thank you very much.
Committee comments, Deputy Mayor Giuliano.
I want to pass it over to Gary Quinn first, because I know he's liaison to the police department, so.
Thank you, Nikki. Let me begin by saying it's always a great night in this room when we have so many men and women dressed in blue standing around. We know it's something special that we're going to be celebrating. And it's certainly, like Nikki said, it's been my honor over the years I've been involved in government here to serve the better part of them overseeing the police department and having the ability to work with the chief, the captain, the sergeants, and most of the men and women in this room. I have to tell you, this is the best police department in the state of New Jersey, in not only my eyes, but in the governing body's eyes. The men and women in this department go above and beyond for the residents of our community, and they never waver on making sure that the residents are taken care of. So each and every one of you deserve a tremendous amount of credit and thanks, not only from the governing body, but from the residents of this town. Like the chief said, it's not an easy thing to take and reach the level that the sergeants have reached tonight. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of studying. We are civil service, which most people in the room know what civil service is all about. So it's not something you just get promoted like you would in some other towns. You really have to put in the time and the effort to reach the plateau that these three gentlemen have reached tonight. I'm very proud of them. I've had the opportunity to get to know each of them. I've been here probably as long as most of them on the governing body, and it's certainly been an honor. What are you laughing at? I mean, that's
That's the truth, yeah.
Senior member, remember?
yeah, I'm the senior member up here now, unfortunately, but you truly deserve it. I can't say enough about you because I've seen you out working the streets. I've seen you in the office over the last couple of years. Mike, you've done a tremendous job. Bobby, you've been up at the county, and I know Sheriff Mastronardi very well, and he is very, very disappointed to see you go. And Rob, the leadership you've shown over the last couple of years, it's such a good fit for us to have you three step into leadership roles here in the police department. So I truly wish you the best. I know you're going to do a great job under the leadership of the chief and the captain. And I look forward to working with you for a little bit more time in my career in government. But
5 more years?
5 more years, yeah. The chief asked me to sign up for 5 years when we appointed him chief, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But
Just give me 2.5.
yeah. But I want to extend a very special thanks to the families because these men dedicate their life to this community, and when there's something going on, whether it be a catastrophe in town or just some general thing, I know that they jump as soon as the beepers go off, the phones ring, and they do whatever they have to do for the residents of this town. And that's a sacrifice that each of you make, losing the time with your loved ones. But we can tell you that they do a tremendous job. We thank you for what you've given up, and we look forward to later years when you have more opportunity as couples and to spend more time with the families themselves. But thank you to each and every one of you, and congratulations, guys. You well deserve it.
Thank you, Mayor, yes. I let Gary go first because I know he knows how better about you guys than anybody because he works side by side. But coming from a family of blue, watching this and seeing this touches my heart because I know I had a mom that went for sergeant, and I know what you guys deserve. She fought very hard for that position, loved her police department, and what you people do. More what the families do. They're on the line every time they step into that police car or leave that home. And I know that sometimes in your heart that's what you feel, and you should, because that's what they went on to do, and that's what they want to do with their careers. From the bottom of my heart, being involved in that, I want to thank each and every one of you, and especially the three sergeants, on the job that you do in this town and make us proud. I don't even worry about going out on the streets in this town because of who you people are and how you do a job for us. I want to thank you, and everybody should be very proud of this police department. We are the best. I know we are. I thought at one time my mom had the best, but now, living in Lacey Township, this is the best of the best. Thank you very much, and thank you very much to the families. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Committeeman Kennis.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations, guys. You should be very proud of yourselves. It's always a great honor and respect when you're able to advance your careers. I also would like to thank your families for allowing you the time to serve the township, and I truly wish you the best of luck. And Chief, you're doing a great job in the department. That's all I have.
Thank you. Committeeman McDonald.
Thank you, Mayor. Sometimes when you come to these meetings, I really don't want to be here because I've had a long day at work, and that was one of today's. It was a long day at work. But when I come here for a promotion like this, it makes it a lot easier. I want to congratulate you all. It's well deserved, well earned, and to the families, I thank you. The sacrifices you guys have made, I don't think it can be measured. And I'll just end it with this. I think Lacey sleeps better tonight with you guys as sergeants. So thank you.
So I think a lot of my colleagues have said and echoed the sentiments that we all have throughout the town. And I will tell you, that this committee is committed to unwavering support for our police department. That's just the way it is. You look at other cities, you look at major cities around the United States, you look at sometimes the way police get treated. It's abhorrent, it's disgusting, I'd say worse, but I know there's families and children in the audience, and you can just read between the line at my disdain for that type of really criminal activity. Tonight's a happy night, and I've got to tell you that but for what you do here, keeping our homes safe, you are the guide rails of society. You deserve absolute and unwavering support. I know you have it. At any time, you can call any one of us. I know personally, and I speak for everybody up here, the level of communication that we have with our police department is something that I value, is something that I treasure. And I also want our residents to know what they already know, especially the families. Not only do we have a great force and an educated force and great leadership and a robust enforcement arm with specific regard to the heroin epidemic, road safety initiatives in traffic unit and what have you, but this department has been so far above board with their outreach into schools, their education, their prevention activities, their work with our municipal alliance, and their work with county government, in particular Sergeant Flynn, who is on the Ocean County Highway Traffic and Safety Association. And that's a meeting I attend each month as well as time allows. And so I want people to know how much goes on other than traditional police work. And I consider the men and women in front of us, they're our friends and they're our neighbors, and it couldn't be any more heartfelt. Thanks for keeping us safe. Thanks for keeping my family safe tonight, and Veronica's family and everybody's family. And I tell you what, you have our support, and we are one phone call away. Thank you, and God bless you. I would certainly like to invite everybody to stay for our entire meeting, but if you don't find that riveting, I can offer you an exit. Thank you, Godspeed.
Thank you. Congratulations. Welcome, Eddie. Good luck.
Yeah, I'll talk to you tonight. Hey, my friend. Sarge, you're a good man.
I didn't want to get into that meeting. Thanks for together.
Sarge, I know you as well.
No, we really are.
Listen, call anytime.
I got 40 days.
Congratulations.
We know each other quite well.
Great. Good.
Because he said to get me over there. The captain. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, you might think.
like, I'll be up to 5. If I have a drink, I won't be getting up. What?
Yeah, it's so nice. And what's not, look at these little guys in their suits. Can you beat that?
I know, matching ties.
Not for long. I don't want to get the whole place sick. You got me sick. Yeah.
We're all sick in here.
We'll see that.
I said, this is cute. That's really good for a third grader.
That's good.
My third grader couldn't do that.
You're a third grader, your boy, that's
Yeah,
why.
that is true.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Jillian.
Jillian. Maybe third graders certainly would be sick.
No.
Football, basketball, something
Yes,
like that.
it's a project class where they had to write a star out for each kid in class. You're a star because blah, blah, blah. Half the kids were because you're good at soccer. You're good at football. You're good at, baseball, whatever it is. And then some of them are like, because you're nice.
6:30. Oh, yeah, I'd say so.
Half, if not more than half.
Yeah, too. It's not
Clear.
here, it's good. 6:30?
That's a 7:30, I think, doesn't it?
No, it says 6:30, but it's wrong.
Battery for clock.
Oh, you leave it alone for 2 weeks, daylight savings time will make it work.
Yeah, make it, it'll be fine.
You would think the cleaning guy would check that out.
He's good. He's still good. Yeah, he's still good. He's working out it.
Cleared out.
He got married.
One of my good friends, 2 years ago, was sworn in like lieutenant. She's the first female lieutenant to be sworn in for the
Everything's
police
since
department.
he's been chairman.
So a bunch of us went.
If you don't want to.
I don't know why. They knew what they were actually doing. So my husband comes with me.
Is
He's
that
like,
Ames?
yeah, that's how I get in there. And I'm like, oh, I know exactly what this is. I'm like, you're gonna have to sit, and they did differently. They actually had their office meeting, went into executive, and then they did
Take care of yourself.
So we were there for a good hour before she was actually sworn in. But because she's in East Town, they ended up having
I'm learning.
a big party.
I'm learning from my
So
senior.
we all went there. That was
We're
nice.
going down to Catherine's.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
You're right. You had two of them up. You had Most before me. Dave Most before me.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to a place, I think
Good with that, then.
you and your woods were probably.
Good people.
All right,
See you later, folks. Thanks.
Yes, we should move on.
we're gonna move on.
Bang the gavel, clear them out.
Literally throw hatchets. Instead of throwing like instead of cards, it's a big board.
Pause it.
It's a lot of fun.
Because all-
Yeah, there was no sense of recording.
Yeah, nobody was saying anything, it's all noise.
So if we're ready to go, we can go. I
I
can
think,
talk over this.
let's resume.
Let's go.
Okay.
You're on.
Item number 3, New Jersey Clean Water Action, door-to-door solicitation.
All right, the New Jersey Clean Water Action by legislation and law, they're allowed to go to door-to-door solicitation. I had sent them a letter, an email requesting the dates. They want to do it March 1st through April 30th through Lacey Township. Of course, you can see from the second page, they want to go from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday and 11 to 6 on Saturdays. What we've done in the past, because we're not allowed to deny it, is that we've asked them to be considerate of the sunset and only go to dusk for the door-to-door solicitation, and that they also have to notify the police department in advance of who the canvassers will be out and what section of town that they'll be in on those dates.
Did they abide by the courtesy that's getting done by sunset?
Yeah, they do abide by the courtesy of doing the dusk. Yes, they have in the past.
Get a motion, please?
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 4, request to post signs. Fish Hawks Fishing Flea Market, March 11th, 2017.
The Fish Hawks are having a flea market at Saturday, March 11th at the Lacey Elks Club. They just want to put signs out a week in advance of the event. There's going to be 4 signs maximum, just advertising the event. So we've done this in the past. I just need a motion to approve.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Item number 5, special use permit, Goddard School, April 1st.
I put the wrong date for the Goddard School. It's actually April 8th. They're doing an Easter egg hunt. Actually, they've done it in the past at their site. It's worked out very well. It's well attended. They do it from 10 to 12 at their location. And then a second request on here, which I had missed in the memo, was that the Forked River Presbyterian Church is doing their flea market on April 1st. Loretta has reviewed these, our zoning officer, and has approved them. I just need a motion to approve.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that's all I have, and we don't need item number 6, because we don't need an executive session tonight, so we can go right into the township meeting.
Close that meeting.
The
Motion to close, motion to adjourn the meeting.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Township of Lacey Township meeting. I'll read the statement. We'll have a salute to the flag and a moment of silence. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, pursuant to public laws of 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Lacey Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. Let's have a salute to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with
liberty and justice for all.
First reading of ordinance 2017-6, authorizing an easement for Cimarron Woods.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the acquisition of an easement on a portion of block 1026, lot 7.01 from GS Realty Corp. in accordance with NJSA 48:12-5A1. This is in accordance with the site plan approval for the subdivision, which we all know it as Captain Giglio Way off of Taylor Lane. This is just to finalize the final portion before the subdivision is complete and off bond.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 2, first reading of ordinance 2017-7, setting salaries for government workers' unions.
In ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, affixing and determining the salaries, wages, and compensation of the officers, employees, and members of the governing body of the township. The Government Workers Union is what we all know as our police dispatchers. That's a technical name for them. This is a 3-year contract for the years of 16, 17, and 18.
Move it. Second.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 3, resolution 2017-88, authorizing urging parents to educate children on prescription drugs.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, urging parents to educate themselves on prescription drug abuse in teens. This has been requested to be adopted via our Municipal Alliance Program, and the importance of educating ourselves when it comes to the abuse of prescription drugs in our teens. I will be forwarding a copy of this to our Municipal Alliance, and obviously it is part of their task force that they do go out there and educate not only the adults but the children as well.
Let's have a motion, please.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 4, resolution 2017-91, authorizing the replacement of a tax title lien.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the replacement of tax title lien number 2015-16. This is on block 102.03, lot 7 for Skiffway Drive.
Move it.
Motion?
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 5, resolution 2017-92, authorizing cancellation of a tax title lien.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the cancellation of tax title liens 2017-15, 2017-155, 2017-192, 2017-196, and 2017-206. These are all been requested by the tax collector.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 6, resolution 2017-93, authorizing the refund of deposits.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the refund of deposits for the use of municipal facilities.
Motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 7, resolution 2017-94, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills in the amount of $4,474,915.17.
Motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes, with abstention on 17-00628, Ocean County Board of Health Animal Shelter.
Okay.
Item number 8, motion to approve caucus meeting minutes of February 9th, 2017.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 9, motion to approve township meeting minutes of February 9th, 2017.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 10, motion to approve membership in the Lenoka Harbor Fire Department for Michael Ruby.
Move it.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 11, motion to approve junior membership in the Lenoka Harbor Volunteer Fire Company for Aaron Rotundella.
Move it.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 12, motion to approve raffle license for Lacey Elks Charitable Foundation and the Rotary Club of Forked River.
Move it.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
I have no add-ons.
Really?
Really?
Good, good.
We will move on then to comments from the committee. Deputy Mayor Giuliano.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be kind of short. I'm a little sick tonight. I'm under the weather. I'm not feeling up to it, but I have a few announcements to make. First, our senior luncheon is tomorrow, February 24th, Community Hall, of course, 11:30, and it's Mardi Gras. Wow, this is great. I think, how are we dressing tomorrow? How do we dress for
Like they
this?
do in the French Quarter.
Oh, all right, that's it, okay.
You wear
got it.
masks.
Yeah, that's great. Second thing, Red Night Out. That's another thing which is coming up. Friday, March 10th, 6 p.m. at Lacey High School. Previous years, we've had a great turnout. Speakers were fabulous, well attended. So I recommend everybody to come out, get all the information on the drug epidemic that's attacking us in the world, not just Ocean County. It's all over. Lacey EMS, I had it was my first installation dinner we had for the EMS. It was an honor to be there. And again, all the volunteers and all the work that they do, everybody should be aware of it. And the amount of hours they put in, I think there was 2,100 calls, am I right?
Yes, yes.
That says it in itself. That said, other than that, Mayor, we had on February 18th, I had the honor to go to an Eagle Scout Court of Honor for Ronald Donahue, which I don't know if people know, Doug Donahue, which is in our building department. It was his son. It was my first proclamation I've ever read there, so that was an honor in itself, of course, to be somebody from Lacey Township, even though it was in Berkeley. Fine young man. He helped, along with the help of our Public Works Department, and we did Community Hall, all the side with the flowers, and redid that whole section there. So that's where he got his, what do they call that? What do they call that when they do the Eagle Scout? They were saying it.
Motion to
The
Eagle.
badge. The badge, to get the badge. And I learned something else while I was there, which was really amazing, because I did Cub Scouts when I was a child, but I didn't move up. They shake with their left hand. Yeah, it was.
Two fingers out. And
Yes,
shake with your left hand.
and I caught on when I was noticing it, and I think I don't know if I asked our senior advisor, but I think I did. No, I'm joking. Other than that, that was an honor. Very nice young gentleman. Other than that, Mayor, that's all I have tonight. Wish everybody a happy and safe month. Or till our next meeting, how's that?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
you.
Committeeman Quinn.
Thank you, Mayor. Just touching on what Nikki said, Red Night Out is a great night. Make sure you put it on your calendar and come on out. I had the honor of attending the functions that Nikki attended. I had the honor of sitting next to him last Saturday night at the function for the EMS. It was a great night for the squad. They do a great job. But I've been sick as hell ever since Nikki got me sick that night. So I'm going to shorten my comments and pass it on to the next person. So, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Committeeman Quinn. Committeeman Kennis.
Thank you, Mayor. In December, I had the opportunity to attend the change of watch ceremony for the Coast Guard Auxiliary here in Lacey Township. After speaking with some of their members, they invited me to attend a meeting, which I did last night. And it's always helpful to actually spend the time going to the different volunteer groups in the township, because we do have many volunteer groups. It always helps to learn, what they do or how to volunteer. So for those who don't know, the Coast Guard Auxiliary offers many support functions to the Coast Guard. They assist in communications, boating safety, life jacket and boat inspections, and offer a lot of additional nautical training. So if anybody's interested in joining the Coast Guard Auxiliary, they meet at Community Hall on the fourth Wednesday at 7:30. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Committeeman Kennis. Committeeman McDonald.
Thank you, Mayor. Got a couple of things here. We had a little situation that happened over at Gilly Park, and I wanted to address that tonight. Because of the warm weather on Sunday, which was absolutely gorgeous, and the warm weather on Monday, and it being a day off, it seems that the garbage got a little too much garbage, and there were some complaints about it. But as this weather gets nicer, this is gonna happen a little bit more often. But I do wanna thank the DPW for getting out. They were out there Tuesday morning and picked it all up and cleaned it all up and made it nice. Normally Gilly Park gets, I think, 6 pickups of trash in the summertime on a daily basis. I think that starts around Memorial Day, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, so around Memorial Day. But the weather is so nice that the trash just builds up. So I would just ask people that, if you see it like that, try to put the trash as close as you can to the trash can so it doesn't look too bad. Just don't leave it flying all over the place. Also, the Friday night skate park thing is, skate is gonna be open up this Friday night. Jim's gonna open that up. So get that out to everybody. Nikki and I stopped by to check my mail here on, I guess it was last Thursday night, wasn't it, Nick? And there was the meeting about the electricity thing, which was good. My wife actually came to it, and she came up to me after the meeting. She said, well, we got to change because we're going to save about $23 a month. And I said, yes, that's a good thing. So, and that happens March 4th, right? Everybody kind of flips over, and you have to opt out of it, and there's reasons why you have to opt out of it. And it's a really good thing for the people here. They're going to save money.
Excuse me, Tim, before you go.
Sure.
With that, it is on our website now, so if you have any questions, there is a phone number you can reach on there to reach out to them, and they will be quite helpful with any questions you have about that.
Right.
Sorry.
And the last thing, I also attended the Eagle Scout, and that it's the rank of Eagle. It's the rank of an Eagle. I don't know how many people realize how hard that is to achieve. It's like 2 out of 100 boys. It is by far. I'm the father of an Eagle Scout, and the trials and tribulations that mom and dad have to go through, not only with the boy has to go through, it's just incredible that they get this. His Eagle project was at the corner of Lacey and 9 was the flowers and stuff right there. And that's what he did. And that's the type of work that you get out of an Eagle Scout. And I just want to wish him nothing but the best of luck, because with that on his resume, he's going to go far. And that's all I have, man.
Thank you so much, Committeeman McDonald. I'd like to start tonight by just having a reminder for our residents. As you get off the Parkway and go eastbound on Lacey Road, I'm sure you've seen the flashing yellow sign advertising the KI tablets being offered by the County Health Department. These are precautionary only. It's not due to any pending information or intelligence. And the reason that the county is doing this for our town, and I will be present at that clinic as well, it's taking place on February 28th from 3 to 7. Tuesday, February 28th, 3 to 7, Community Hall, right at the corner of 9 and East Lacey. The last time that the County Health Department had done that, those pills that were given out now are just about to expire in March of 2017. We ask residents respectfully, please bring your expired pills if you have them. We'll, of course, give new ones out at no charge. And so we'll be there for several hours. That, again, is on February 28th. Had been in conversations, moving on, shifting gears a little, with our chief. One of the things that's going to be forthcoming on his website shortly, I thought it would be a good idea. I brought to his attention to have essentially a Craigslist or an eBay safe zone in town. So at some point in the future, maybe before the summer or in the spring, for the amount of e-commerce that we do, what I did is I broached the topic with him, and I thought it would be something free and added safety we could have for our residents here that make purchases from Craigslist and eBay, have 1 or 2 hours set aside each month, either in a library parking lot or wherever it is designated, that really the police, after conversations with the Township Committee, once that's decided on, that there'll be that added safety there for our residents to essentially execute the purchases and do it in safety. There would be a police department 1 or 2 hours a month in that regard. I think that's what I call low-hanging fruit. It's good government. It's something that it's tangible that the people could see, and I think it helps the safety and well-being of the purchasing public. I'd also like to congratulate the EMS. I was fortunate enough to swear in our officers at Lacey EMS last Saturday evening. It's one of the great things you get to do, being mayor as well as marrying people. So it's an honor, and it's great to be involved in those efforts and that outreach. Lastly, one of the things I do at Intoxicated Driver Resource Center once a year is I have a program for youth from around the county, and I'll have a large contingent from Lacey Township here at the Ocean County Mall Center Court tomorrow. It's called 3D, Drinking, Drugging, and Driving. It's free. It's an interactive exposition. It's covered by major media outlets. We have kids from several high schools. We have certified prevention specialists, municipal alliance coordinators, people from the county, our sheriff. We will have tomorrow Prosecutor Coronado as well as his staff and Congressman MacArthur. It's something that we do to try to educate our youth in the community. I'm very proud to say the contingent from Lacey, in particular the high school, is the largest throughout the county that's there each and every year. So we're very proud of that, and that's something that's, I always say charity starts at home, and that's where it's going to start. So without any further ado, I'd like to open the floor for public comment. Name and address, sir.
I'm Jesse Armstrong. I'm on Buttonwood Drive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so 2 days ago, I believe, there was an executive order that gives local police the power to deport immigrants, and some cities are sanctuary cities. So it's a simple question of, are we a sanctuary city, or are we going to deport our cooks and landscaping?
No, ours is, the different cities are acting in different ways. When we get an edict from the federal government, our police department acts accordingly. If that edict comes down and after we do a thorough investigation, we wait and see where it goes. We don't treat anybody any differently. Everyone here gets treated with respect. That's across the board. It doesn't matter where you're from. We have the ability next door to run fingerprints, run what we call four-ways, look for criminal background checks, and as I understand it, check for residency status. But we're one of many thousands of municipalities across the country. When the edicts come down in writing from the White House, from the executive branch, what we're going to do is address them on a case-by-case basis. We are not a sanctuary city. And if any one of my colleagues would like to chime in, feel free. But we have received no official paperwork right now, I'm told by our administrator, from the federal government on any way to act, any way to incarcerate or expel. So right now, to answer your question, it's been a non-factor in Lacey.
You don't think you should look into it at all?
Well, it's something we have very little choice on. Like I said, we follow law in Lacey Township, and if that law comes down, it would be inappropriate for me to comment on a law that we haven't received yet in our hands.
Right.
So let it happen. Let us receive it. Let us meet with our chief. But whatever it is going to say when it comes down and it's promulgated and it becomes law, then we'll have to follow whatever the right is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Heather Scanlon.
Thank you. Thank you for the reminder about the senior luncheon. I know a couple of you have other commitments, but I do hope that somebody will come down and address our seniors tomorrow if you can.
I'm coming.
And Nicky's coming with his beads on, don't worry about it.
Yes.
Stephen, wonderful.
You better take a picture of
That's
Steve
it.
being there.
And you know I go every month.
He's gonna flash it out.
This is your one shot this year.
I go every month.
You're not coming for the beads, are you?
Of course I am.
Hey, Heather,
I just want to know, how are we supposed to dress for this?
Colorful.
However you like. Yes, colorful.
Very colorful?
Come as you are.
Purple
Listen,
and
you can do
green
that.
and gold.
Yes, I can.
I apologize, I have a finance commission meeting, which I
know
must
you
attend
won't be able
tomorrow.
to
so.
make it. Yes.
He's going to be there for a long time.
That's two meetings, 2 months in a row now,
You
Gary.
have to talk to the commission.
I'm going to be fighting the good fight.
I wish you would change that date. But
Next year I will.
And of course, I came here tonight because I did want to promote Red Night Out. It is a very important night. That's why I'm wearing red, of course. I heard a comment about a week ago that really, I just have to tell you, really shook me. Someone said that their child who's going to be going into high school next year, and they were concerned about having them attend Lacey schools because of the drug problem. They were considering Mondon or Central. And I just want to say in front of everybody, for the cameras, and as well as you all know, that we do not have a problem any more than any other town in this community, in this county, and in this state or in the country. Far from it, because we actually have been more out in the open about it first, longer than anybody, and we've been proactive. And that's one of the reasons we're doing our Red Night Out. This is our 4th annual. As the resolution says, the majority of both teens and young adults obtain prescription drugs that they abuse from friends and relatives. That's how many of them start. And that what we're encouraging is that parents discuss the dangers of alcohol and drug abuse and the risks of misusing prescriptions and over-the-counter drugs with their teens. And that's why we encourage them all to come to Red Night Out. We're doing something different this year. First of all, it's on a Friday night. We don't know how that's going to go over, but we're hoping that this way that parents don't have to worry about getting their kids home, get up for school the next morning. We're going to have supper for them, and we have a whole bunch of activities just for the kids. We have a magician coming. We're going to have the sheriff's offices bringing the canine dogs for a demonstration for the kids, drone demonstrations. We have a DJ. We have a lot of children, and the students will be involved in the program as well. They're going to be doing skits, as well as hearing stories, personal stories, one from one of our own Lacey graduates, and all in all, it's going to, and of course, we can't forget our chief of police will be there speaking, as well as newly made Sergeant Robert Flynn. So we just encourage all the parents to come. We ask that they RSVP, because we do need to plan for food and childcare, and we will have childcare for the younger kids as well.
I'll tell you what we can do, and you've been way above board, and you probably do this already. We can advertise it on the red board at Manchester.
Yes.
You could ask the chief to do the flashing board that's doing the KI right now as we speak, and we can post it on our website as well.
I think it's already posted yet.
I'm not sure, maybe not yet.
After the KI clinic, because
I think I seen it on the board here.
on that flashing.
I think it's on the digital signs,
Yeah, it's
yes,
on the
not the
digital.
KI one, the other one.
Oh, the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And we're also going to the businesses, whoever has the sign, we're asking them to post it on their marquees. And the thing that we've done differently with Red Night Out than any other town has ever done is we've gone to the businesses and asked them to support it. We give them a red ribbon, ask them to hang a red ribbon, and next week you should see some red ribbons cropping up in town.
They're looking very forward to it.
Thank you.
Certainly would like to speak if there's an opportunity, and thank you. Please, come forward.
Hi,
Name and address, please.
Miriam Michaels, 818 Lakeside Drive North.
Good evening.
Hi. This is my first meeting, so I'm sure you've all dealt with the birds, right? It's been enough that our houses have been
The geese.
devoured.
The geese.
Oh, yes. But now what's happening is there are so many that my cars are being destroyed when they fly over. My walkway up to the house, I almost fell. And the roofs. I mean, they're to the point of, we lost the lake, which they made very nice and we weren't able to use it. And now it's really destroying the houses, our property. And our taxes went up. I know mine went up $100. So what
Yeah.
can we do? I'm sure this isn't the first time it's been brought up. But there's got to be something done because there are more now than there have ever been.
All right, so it's a complicated problem. It's an expensive problem to fix, to hire a private company
Our
like
prices
Geese
went
Police.
up, our
You're
taxes
right.
went up.
You're right. So I'm going to do the best I can. What I can assure you is that the water in those lakes is tested once a week between Memorial Day and Labor Day. you came with other concerns, let me address it. I understand some of those droppings, I understand you have concerns about the paint on your car, the shingles on your roof, the paint on your house,
Oh,
your
it's bad.
deck, you may have children in the area, you may have toddlers, whatever the case may be. That bothers me too. What we have done here over the years on this committee in the past is we've addled some of the eggs. I mean, we can't take a pistol and shoot the geese.
Why?
We can't ask each Canadian tourist that comes down to the beautiful Jersey Shore to take one Canadian goose back with them, as much as I'd like to.
I'd like to ship them all back, but
So there is an ebb and a flow. There's a migration to these birds. We've had a very mild winter so far, so to the best of my knowledge, those lakes haven't frozen. Sometimes when they freeze, the birds move away because the birds are going to roost where they get their food and they're able to nest. That's why we've been so above board with a message that hasn't wavered to our residents. Please don't feed them.
what about that one man that they've been trying to get? And they can't because of all the foliage around his house, because you could all see them going back down to his house around 4 or 5 o'clock.
Does he ground feed?
Oh, yeah.
Does he have trays and ground feed out there? You'd have to call the Ocean County Board of Health on that, and they will come out and
They
investigate
tried
that.
to get a picture of him doing this, but you can't because of all the foliage around the house.
Well, at this time of the year, it would be perfect to do that, I would think.
No,
because
There's
not like
not
his
many
house.
leaves.
No, he's,
I can tell you
And I do think
factually,
that
I know
that's been
that.
investigated before, and I don't think that they were able to find anything.
right.
'Cause I know
because
which house
they
you're
couldn't-
talking about because we've gotten complaints on that
Oh,
before.
I'm sure.
He's on the far side of the lake,
Yep.
across from you guys.
Right.
Yep, and they all migrate down there at a certain time, all around there. And now, if they're gonna come across the street, I mean, it's bad enough my roof and my walkway and my 2 cars, which are white, yay, and the front of my house, because you could slip and really get really badly hurt.
Have you called the county health department? Because I know they will send an EHS out.
No,
It's an
I
environmental
don't know.
health specialist.
I figure I come here and yell at you guys.
Well, you know what?
And you're allowed,
Well, you're
that's
just-
fine.
We know what
We're
house
here.
it is, so that's definitely a phone call we can make and have somebody go out and check. I mean, you know, and take a look at it. I'll have code enforcement
They
reach
tried
out
to
to
get a
them.
picture, there was the car next to us.
Stand in my backyard, it's directly across.
And you can't see
Yeah, and I
it
know what house
because of
you're
the
at.
trees. They were trying to get a picture and they couldn't.
Well, I'll send code enforcement out to see if we can get anything taken care of.
But what can I do about,
Just the normal geese, not besides him.
no, yeah, well, he feeds them, so, I mean, they're coming in.
Okay, well, if code enforcement or the county observes them feeding them, there could be a fine that's involved there. So,
I just wanna get rid of them because of what
I
it's doing
understand
to my
that, but they
house.
are endemic to, the golf courses complain about them. The entire shore is dealing with this now. They're in the saltwater, they're in the freshwater lakes. It's a situation where you have an entire area, several counties in different states, where they have decided to roost here. We have had a mild winter. That's probably exacerbated the problem. So we're up against it. I feel for you. My advice to you is our administrator said she would send the code enforcement out. I invite you to call the county health department. Let's see if that bears any fruit. I mean, that's what we can do at this point.
Right, and they're here in Lacey, or is that on Water Street?
The code enforcement officer, he happens to be sitting in the back of the room, so he got his orders. And then he will be in touch with the county if it's something that's outside his jurisdiction. He will call, he knows the gentleman up at the county and he will call them.
And there are several of them.
Yeah, only because, you know, I put up with it, but now, and when they go over, they're so loud, it's usually late at night,
Yeah, they
early
do.
in the morning.
Right.
And then when I saw my cars, I mean,
If we can stop the source of feeding, if that is what's happening, they will
I don't
start to
think that's
move.
just-
But it's just not that for some
Yeah,
reason,
no,
they do
it's-
migrate
it's-
to that beach for
right.
some reason, and we have,
and that
Hard
means
time getting
nobody
rid of
will go
them.
on it, I don't care what they
Yeah.
do to it now.
we're trying to do more activities there this summer through the recreation department.
Nobody will go in the water.
Well, we're not even looking to
No,
go in the
not-
water, more beach activities. We're doing some beach movies, we might do some
Right.
beach concerts, so that if we can keep people,
You saw how filthy it was.
Yeah.
and we do rake it every day
Our
during the
Public
summer
Works
months.
rakes it every day.
Yeah, we watch them bury the
Yeah, it kind of rolls, you're right, but we are looking to do more activities at that beach during the summer months, so that if we have more people there, the geese will eventually leave, because it won't be a habitat for them. So, you know, we're hoping, I mean, we had a packed room here of hundreds and hundreds of people when we were gonna euthanize the geese.
Yay.
And I got over 3,000 emails from Vietnam and Kuwait
Yeah.
and everything else about, don't do that to the poor geese.
Oh,
but-
really? Well,
Yes.
then let's send it to them. Let
Uh-huh.
them live with it.
Yeah.
And, so we can't shoot them, right?
No, well,
We don't
I would
condone
vote- I would
that.
vote to shoot them, but.
but, yeah, I
If
don't think we
everybody
can
on
talk
the
about
outside of the lake would go away, we could look at shotguns, line up, and you're, I can't stand them. I really can't. When I look at my cars, when I look at my roof and the walkway, and now they're starting to come up from, it's like a little alcove where I live. They're
Yes.
coming up, and they're coming across the street. It's causing a problem, you know, with the cars. And if they're coming on the property, then you know what happens. And
They waddle and poop and waddle and poop.
thank you. So it's got a wild cow, but I just can't stand them. I really can't. So I have to talk to him.
You please do.
And then about the houses, about my taxes going up. I have a problem with that, only because mine went up so much, and I only have a 4-room house. So I have to go to the tax department for that, right?
Yes, there's a form that you can get, and you need to, if you're gonna look to file an appeal
Yeah.
on your assessment, and it needs to be filed by April
If
1st.
they could explain to me why mine went up 100.
And he would be more than happy to do that.
No, they didn't.
Well, why it went up 100 is just that the tax rate went up. If your assessment didn't go up,
It's devalued. So that's what I don't understand. I have to find out what's going on. So,
He would be the person to talk
Yes.
to.
who?
Mark Fitzpatrick.
Mark Fitzpatrick, our tax assessor, you know, he can bring out your property record cards and show you the changes.
And he's here.
He's
Yeah,
downstairs.
directly downstairs here in the back corner.
Poor Mark. I'm gonna go see him.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for, yes, please.
I don't think anybody said that.
Good evening.
Barbara Bell, 89 Lakeside Drive North. I just have a question. You said that those 2 lakes are both tested, the water?
That's correct.
The third lake is tested?
All bodies of water are tested.
Anything that could be a swimming
Correct.
beach in Lacey.
That's correct.
Okay, but that beach was never open last year at all.
Because we decided not to lifeguard it because there wasn't, for cost-effective measures, because nobody was using it, we did not put lifeguards on the beach last year. Yes, but as long as that's a recognized bathing beach and it is in county standards, we have to test the waters during those swimming months.
Where would I find that reading?
www.ochd.org on the cover page, I believe on the bottom left. And it will break down week by week, municipality, lake, and
Just
what
so
it,
I know if I can put my feet in.
yes, it'll show, and if there's a level that goes above the recognized state minimum, then the water is retested. If it goes above a second time, the lake is closed temporarily until those numbers come down. I believe what they measure, and I'm not sure, so I say it with that caveat, what they measure for fresh water is fecal coliform parts per million. Okay, and so they're gonna measure the waste from the geese in the water. And there's a methodology for that. So when that lake is open between Memorial and Labor Day, and you could rest assured it's safe because it's tested.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Any further comments from the floor?
Seeing none, I make a motion to close the floor.
Second.
Second.
Motion to adjourn?
All in favor? Aye.
Move it.
Aye.
Second. All in favor?
All in favor? Thank you.